Thank you for having me, Hani. Greetings to you and your audience. Of course, Syria now is embarking upon a very foggy phase of its modern history. Now, Syria, for the first time since independence, has become basically, and we have to call things as they are, stateless. The Syrian state has collapsed a few days ago, and not only the Assad regime, the basic services and the basic institutions of the country are barely functioning. Most importantly, the security and military institutions, as evident by what has happened over the past couple of weeks. So now Syria is embarking upon a very challenging phase, or a very challenging period that it has ahead. And it poses a question, the question whether the current new government that has been formed today will be able to undertake its duties in order to fulfill the basic functions of a government, basically, because there are many questions regarding that. And the reason I say this is that this new government of Mohamed al-Bashir, which was basically formed by, or by the, and it's basically its patron is Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, is a caretaker government. And its term is actually very brief if we are to go with the official statements they released today. This government will only stay in power until March 2025. What can be accomplished in a country devastated by civil war for the past 13 years, with 600,000 people dead, more than half of the urban infrastructure has been destroyed or damaged by the war. There are 13 million people displaced, 6 million internally and 6 million externally as refugees. So these are immense challenges. And of course, the days ahead will reveal whether this new government can actually tackle these challenges in an efficient manner.
Then, speaking of this transitional government, how significant is the agreement between the Syrian factions on Mohamed al-Bashir's government formation? What should we read into it?
Well, what we should read into it, as I said before, HTS, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, are the ones who chose Mr. Mohamed al-Bashir. And let's not forget that Mr. Mohamed al-Bashir was the head of the so-called salvation government in Idlib, and it was basically a shadow government established by the militants in Idlib that was supposed to be parallel to that of Damascus, and they were seeking recognition and legitimacy, but they received none. Now they have become the sole governing force, arguably the sole governing force in Syria, and of course they are not, because let's not forget that we have another government in the city of Azaz,